Chad Johnson had a list that would evaluate how well opposing corners covered him. He made it to the final 4 competitors on Dancing with the Stars. He changed his name to the Spanish verbiage of his jersey number, Ocho Cinco, and he's a 3-time All-Pro. But when Johnson first got to college, he didn't even play football. This is the insane story of Chad Johnson and his NFL career. One that, frankly, wasn't supposed to happen.
Makes a move inside the 5. Touchdown, Ocho Cinco.
There's a receiver that's played this game that could create more separation than Chad could.
I got a trivia question. It's a new year, same old question. How do you stop 85? Seriously, just playing. Just tell me, just playing.
Chad Johnson was born in Miami, Florida. After graduating high school in 1997, he attended Langston University, where he would not play football. But he transferred to Santa Monica College, a place where future Hall of Fame receiver Steve Smith was playing. He would impress in Santa Monica and would attract the eyes of Oregon State's coach. He would transfer there and lead Oregon State to a win in the Fiesta Bowl, finishing 11-1. In his single season at Oregon State, Chad Johnson finished with 37 catches for over 800 yards and 8 touchdowns. This would draw the attention of NFL scouts and would lead to him being selected in the second round, 36th overall by the Cincinnati Bengals.
And Amari Lowe on the post. Watch him come out of his break. The ball's thrown right between the hash marks. And Johnson goes up big for it. Just had...
Bushmanzada might be off to the races. Check that. It's Chad Johnson off to the races.
I used to tell Chris McAllister my routes. Chris, I got a slant. What you gonna do? I used to tell him.
Chad Johnson was basically irrelevant as a rookie. He caught 28 passes for 329 yards and a single touchdown. Throughout the coming seasons, he would progress more and more, eventually making an All-Pro team in 2005. That was the year where he really became popular. He notoriously kept a checklist. It was titled Who Covered 85 in 05, and it would evaluate defensive backs and how well they managed to cover him. Statistically, this was Chad Johnson's best season yet. He finished with 1,400 yards on 97 receptions with 9 touchdowns. Johnson would be named an All-Pro as well as a Pro Bowler this year. The year after, he'd repeat his successes, finishing with nearly 1,400 yards and 7 touchdowns, being named an All-Pro for the second consecutive year. In the middle of this season, Chad Johnson had a 3-game stretch where he racked up 573 yards, which was the most in a 3-game stretch since 1970, when the NFL-AFL merger happened.
If they stop me today, any coverage, 2-man, 55, cover 2, man-to-man, I will give you my game check. I got a trivia question. It's a new year, same old question. How do you stop 85?
Before the next season, though, Chad Johnson would be involved in some trade rumors after appearing on Mike and Mike, where he said he felt like a team cancer and that fingers were pointed at him all season long. He wanted a change of scenery, but the Bengals were pretty insistent on not trading him. They denied an offer from Washington that included a first-round pick in the 2008 draft, and throughout the offseason, Johnson threatened to sit out of camp. He would go back on his word, though, attending mandatory minicamp, but suffered a partially torn labrum in the first preseason game. He still decided to play the entire season with the injury. On August 29th, Johnson officially changed his last name to Ocho Cinco. It was a down year for both the Bengals and Ocho Cinco, who finished with 53 catches and 540 yards. This was the worst statistical season of his career since his rookie campaign. Still, though, he had a few impressive performances and was still an elite receiver by NFL terms.
And the 4.3 40, Chad Johnson just able to sprint into the end zone. Chad Johnson, gone!
caught me a pass from Tom, boy. Straight up.
All the time. He's not even used to talking and walking it. That's not his game. He can't do what Ocho Cinco do.
The 2009 offseason was an eventful one for Ocho Cinco. He said he would use Twitter during NFL games, prompting the league to ban it. On August 20th, he took over place-kicking duties for Shane Graham, kicking an extra point, resulting in a 7-6 preseason win against the Patriots. He was also the subject of some trade rumors, particularly to the Philadelphia Eagles and New York Giants, but that would not materialize. Throughout the course of the season, Ocho Cinco tried to forge a better connection with Bengals fans after trade rumors of the previous two off-seasons. He made public appearances, invited Bengals fans to dinner, and even showed movies through his Twitter account, and all of the gatherings Johnson paid for. Finishing with just over 1,000 yards, this would be the final time that Ocho Cinco would make the Pro Bowl, tallying 6, which was tied for the most in franchise history at the time.
I want to be one of the greatest to ever play this game.
That's not a secret.
But I want to be better than Rice.
That's right.
Y'all got to help me.
And we're going to help you.
Who's the best DB you've been against? Nobody.
Ocho Cinco would play 2 more seasons in his career, neither of which were that eventful. The second season he played for the New England Patriots after being traded for 2 late-round picks. He only had about 1,000 yards and 5 touchdowns between the 2 seasons combined, but this would be the last that we see Chad Ocho Cinco in the NFL.
Now we got to go, baby. Let's go. Huh? Come on. Let's go.
My name is Chad Ocho Cinco. I'm one of the best there is. When they find me for my touchdown celebrations, I say, child, please. I'm outspoken, unpredictable, and I have $38 million hands. I guess you can call me the ultimate catch. Ladies, bring it on.
In 2010, Ocho Cinco was a contestant on Dancing with the Stars on their 10th season. He was paired with 2-time champion Cheryl Burke, finishing in 4th place and making it to the 9th round. Later that year, a reality show called Ocho Cinco, The Ultimate Catch, would air on VH1. The show placed Ocho Cinco among 85 women to, quote, choose from to find love. The show lasted 10 episodes, and even Terrell Owens appeared on an episode to offer some tips to Ocho Cinco. In November of 2010, Ocho Cinco actually proposed to Evelyn Lozada, who appeared on Basketball Wives, and he'd been dating her earlier in the year. They would get married later in 2012. But it wouldn't last too long. 2 months after getting married, Johnson would be arrested on a charge of domestic battery according to Florida police. 3 days later, Lozada filed for divorce. He received a year of probation but no jail time after pleading no contest to the charges. In June of 2013, he was sentenced to 30 days in jail for violating his probation. Ocho Cinco was an electric player whose personality made him memorable in the eyes of NFL fans. He revolutionized the player-fan connection through his social media use and off-the-field ventures, but it also made a mistake that can't be ignored when talking about his legacy. There are a lot of athletes who either aren't themselves or are afraid to be themselves, but Johnson was different. He was boisterous, opinionated, and truly believed he was the best player on the field anytime he stepped in an NFL stadium. That's what made him, well, Ocho Cinco.
You a trivia question before the game started. I still need that answer.
Hey guys, appreciate you watching till the end of the video. A like and subscribe would go a long way towards helping me create more quality content and videos similar to this one. If you have not already, please check out my other video about Dennis Rodman. It's more feature length, it's like 30 minutes long. And follow my Twitter as well at dj.png to keep updated with uploads as well as myself. And I'll see you guys in the next one.